Yeah, it's this overwhelming sense of stress and pressure and having to do all the things, and women getting so caught up in all the shoulds of their life, personally, professionally, whatever the case may be. And it can really pile up, and women can feel, as you said, super overwhelmed.
Yeah, and I think trainers are in a good spot to recognize that because, most trainers, I used to be a personal trainer, and the way I would see clients is that I would either have clients that I would see, 3-4 times a week, or I would have clients that I would see like once a month. Now, the clients that I would see 3-4 times a week, you get to know them pretty well, and you can tell when their mood is sort of changing. You can tell when, they're exhausted, and you can sort of tell when they might benefit from maybe some psychological rest. And because you have so much interaction with these people, I think trainers are poised really well to recognize, like, okay, this person needs help, and how do I get this person the help that they need?
Yeah, incredible. And I think that what I always tell my clients is that exercise really should enhance our lives, and it should be fun and something we enjoy. And I think that it's just this extra added mindset piece of the puzzle too, which we'll get into a little bit, but how can we make that time that they're spending exercising to enhance their life and not be an additional stressor to them?
Yes, absolutely.
So then what else would you say maybe are the most common symptoms that moms are experiencing when they come to see you for treatment?
Fatigue is the biggest one. Mood issues, like we talked about a bit already. Difficulty breastfeeding in the early postpartum, I will sometimes see that. And then later on, mom will come in because she's really tired, or her mood is not great, or she feels she's not recovering well, or sleeping well, something like that. And also she has lots of questions about baby. So teething, eczema in babies, that's huge, right? Not right now, summer, eczema is sort of less common in the summer, but there's a couple different reasons for that. But winter, I see a lot of little babies, their whole body's covered in eczema. Colic in the babies, canker sores in older kids. So usually like between 5 and 7, kids may develop chronic canker sores for, again, various reasons. But so I'll see mom come in for a specific complaint, but then usually baby or child has something going on as well. So those are kind of the most common things that people are coming to me for.
Cool. So interesting. And then I'm sure part of your treatment plan is also to calm the stress, again, that mom is feeling about those children's symptoms.
Exactly. Because I think there's a lot of, there's a lot on the internet. And if you're trying, a lot of people are trying to do everything, all natural or all organic or something, and because of something they read online or what have you. And that can be stressful too. So sometimes I actually help people to figure out, what's the priority here? Like what if we had perfect, and then we had good, and we had, sort of okay borderline, what can we do that's, good enough, basically, without having to be perfect all the time in our health, in, the choices we make at the grocery store, and in, for example, even like the shampoo or the body wash that we use on our kids. So yeah, I do a lot of that sort of stuff, figuring out what is the priority, and how do we go from being worried about being perfect for these babies to being, good enough that they're going to be healthy and they're going to be fine.
Yes. Oh my gosh, such good points. Something that I have taken into consideration a lot the last year now, postpartum myself, is exactly that. What is good enough for the situation at hand? Because you can't manage every situation perfectly. it's going to make you lose your mind in a lot of cases if you try to strive for absolute perfection in everything, because babies are just kind of tricky and unpredictable. So that's totally what I live by, is letting good enough be good enough. And I think that that has helped me immensely in reducing stress this past year postpartum. I always talk to women who feel like they are just surviving this first year postpartum and not thriving. So if we can get as close as we can to more thriving than simply surviving, I think that's a really great strategy to use, is the good enough. Let good enough be good enough.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.